Waiting for our Sonny coming out at boxing, actually. I thought I'd come on while I'm here because I said I'd keep doing a bit more content than I've usually been doing, and just talk about what I've been doing today. So today we started a job in an accountant's, and we're fitting the isotherm membrane to the wall, and I can't film it. So that's a bit of a nightmare. I can't film it because um, there's people's books and things there. I've taken photos at wall before and afters, and um, I've done an intro to it, and I'll probably do an outro to it as well. So it's a shame that we couldn't have filmed it. There's photos of me cutting stuff and putting it on. So we've got some kind of action pics, but we ain't really got any videos, which is a shame. But I'm sure there'll be another wall that comes up, and we'll be able to do some other stuff with another wall. But it's so I'll talk you through the product. So it's this colour, the same colour as my top, and it's easy to cut. But we've the story of the job is that the gutter's been leaking outside. It's an old building. It's like 1900s, and gutter's been leaking outside, and it's where they've got all the desks, and it's just wall will wet through. Now wall's been, he said original plaster on, and then it said paper on, and then it's been skimmed again, patched up and skimmed. And what's happened is as the wall's drying out, it's blown some plaster. So for the first 2 hours, we were just scraping finish off. We had blown and gained it back to something that was sound. So you'll see that on photos that there's big patches that we've scraped off. Paint as well. So we had to like scrape paint off. You have to make sure that background that you're gonna that you've prepped is going to be sound. You don't want to coming away from wall, even though adhesive that you use is really strong and it's waterproof apparently. So I've we prepped it, and then I put a coat of neat SPR all the way on, and then it were an awkward job. I don't know if you're able to see from photos, but all they did was pull desks away from wall for about not even a metre. I don't think it weren't a metre, because I was going to roll membrane out and cut it at the side at wall, and I couldn't. I had to take it downstairs to somewhere where we could roll it out and then measure it. So first thing that we did was measured strips. So I got one strip that I measured first. There's a lot of messing about with it, cutting strips and then having to cut round things. So compared with dry flex I think is a lot easier to fit, but they're totally different product. They're both waterproof, and one is thermal, so that wall will be 20, I think it's 23% warmer once this system's in place. Now other thing is as well, because I've been doing it, as I've been doing it, I've been working like figures out in my head whether it's worth it or not. Now wall is not big at all. It's around 3 meters. I bought 2 rolls that does 7 square meters each, and I bought 3 tubs of their adhesive as well. They reckon 1 tub will do 1 roll, but it didn't. So I went into the second tub. This is why I bought 3 tubs, because I just thought it ain't gonna, because it don't always go on same thickness. We had to put it on thicker in places. So I would brock into the second tub. So we got all wall on, and I'm thinking about prices and stuff like that. So price it, how much it costs for a roll. So basically for 3 rolls, for 2 rolls of isotherm product, and for 3 tubs we were paying over £500. And that job I've put all right, but we ain't used all rolls. So this is the thing that I will come into. So I've splashed out 500 and odd, probably more with that. Might be a bit more. I'm trying to think of invoice that they sent me, but I broke into the second roll. I used all first roll, and we used a bit out at second roll. So there's about 8 square meters or something like that, because we had to do reveals. So we have got a bit left. So I'm thinking, if you're going to do a wall, buy 2 rolls, 3 tubs, and then when you do your roll, when you do your wall, you also have a bit left over. So in theory, you'll do a wall, get paid up for that, maybe another one, but eventually you're going to have enough to do a free wall. So that's probably the idea. Buy a couple of rolls each time and cost that in, because I think we're getting about 1,700 quid including VAT for this wall, and there ain't many people gonna spend that on a wall. But this is where companies probably will. So this is a busy accountant's office, and it's rammed with people. There's desks everywhere. They've got desks in every little bit of space that they can, and it's just full out. There's little corridors that you can walk down. Really busy accountants. Alternative to putting this system on was to hack alt plaster off, to take alt plaster off, and then redo it in some kind of solid plaster, or put a membrane on and stuff. They can't afford all that dust, and didn't matter how you did it, whether you put like a curtain up and you had a dust extraction. There just weren't room for it. They've got computers, they've got everything all over. So this system, we didn't have to hack all it off. We just had to scrape, blow and finish off, which is ideal for them. So it took us a while. We got there about 9. Got done about 2:45. So all on, and one at last walls I did in multiflex, because it were a side wall, and all plaster was sound, but there were a bit of dampness that were tracking onto that wall. So they had guttering done round about 2 months ago, and walls dried out ever since. So it's been drying out. It's just a question of that water evaporating out at stonework, and then we've fitted this system today. The wall's going to be a lot warmer now, and that what beauty of it. So this system is kind of profitable, is because there's going to be companies out there that's got offices, that's kitchens, all like that, where you just can't afford to be hacking all plaster off unless it's all blown and it's all falling off, and it's perished, and it's just not sound. Then if you can get away with adapting a system to that's going to be dry once it's finished and warm, then this isotherm system, this isotherm system, try saying that quick, is ideal. It is ideal, but it is pricey when you add your costs and then your day rate, because this is going to take me. So it's going to take me today and tomorrow. We've got like a standard day rate that I have at back of my mind for 2 owners, so two people in a van, so technician and a trainee. We've got a price, and because of how much stuff's cost, I'm charging less than what I would normally charge if I were doing just standard damp proofing. But I am getting used to the system. I've done one job, which first job that we did, which they came and give us it for free so we could get used to it, were really profitable for me because I priced it in. But this, because we're using a lot more, and it were a lot more like awkward. It's tight. We're up and down. It's on on first floor, so we're up and down. We're having to clean everything. We're having to sweep everything up. But we've got this like, yeah, you have a bad day and a good day. So your bad days are normally hard work when you're damp proofing. So it's either hacking off, cleaning up and stuff, which is, for me, that's worst day. Then once you've hacked off and cleaned up and everything, your second day, putting boards on, them are your easy days, and then skimming, that's your easy day because everything's prepped. So I've always said, like, your first day on a job, that's probably your hardest day because it's all donkey work. Hacking off, drilling, injecting, cleaning up, that's your mess. And then when you put it back in on, if it's express damp system, which is clean, I'm not on about sand and cement because we'd hack off and then stress levels would be up in air because you're hacking off, and then we're having to get mixer out, the sand and cement covering up and mixing up outside, and that I'm getting stressed thinking about it. Who the fuck in the right mind would use sand and cement on a job now these days with products that's on market now? Why would you put yourself through a wet plaster system when you can use a dry damp proofing system? It's beyond me. This is why I'm saying damp proofers should be they should be getting to finding out about these new systems because they're more profitable, quicker, cleaner. You're not mixing shit up, and yeah, things have come a long way since when I first set all dry damp proofing up. So for the first 6 years, that's all we did: render guard gold, sand and cement, rendering, round plug sockets, dropping it in, like trying to get render out at plug socket without it blowing. Fucking hell. So yeah, so I've priced this into job, but if I'd have put as usual day rate, it'd have just been too expensive. I look at it and I think it's expensive, but then what's alternative? Alternative is them hacking all wall off. So in future, when I'm going to companies, I've got it back in my mind, isotherm system for walls. What we need to make sure that it's going to be warmer. We don't have to take radiator brackets off. You don't have to change pipework on radiators if there's a radiator on wall. You can just take radiator off and then go back at it. You don't have to even take skirting off if you don't want to. You just go down to the top of skirting because it's only 4mm thick. And then it makes that wall warmer. So less chance of condensation forming on it, less chance of black mold forming on it. And I've put on here, this is one of the things I've put on here that is a paid promotion. Wickermall's not giving me any money for it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put, when I get home, I'll put a link on here for Damp Sam's shop on Amazon in case anybody wants to buy stuff through us, through Amazon. If you've not got an account at Safeguard and you're going to get any stuff with its dry rods, also have a look on my page and I've listed everything. So everything's been listed that you need for express system. So there's dry grip, there's everything on there. And reason I'm doing it is I'm an Amazon affiliate now. No, I've been an Amazon affiliate, but I've never used links for 3 years. But I'm an Amazon influencer, and I thought I was going to be making videos, but apparently they only do videos in America, so that's a fucking own goal. So, but what I've got an Amazon shop, and I've listed all products with links, so you only have to click on them. So if you want to get some dry rods, damp rods, there's stuff like Neefs and stuff, just all stuff that I use. Like I've I've listed everything. So like these things, like Irwin long knives that you can that's got retractable blade. So I've just put stuff like that on. All stuff that I've got in my tool kit. I'm going to list them all that I use. And it's same with my surveying stuff. So all stuff that I use at surveying, things that I think, well, a surveyor would need. It should be all there in one place. I've got these lists, and when you click on them, all products are there, and I've just wrote a little bit on each product. Hopefully they'll do videos that'll come, and I can stick video reviews up because I've done quite a few for Safeguards products. So yeah, so that's reason why I've put that on, and I'll just put link in here, so it'll say paid promotion, but we don't want to fall foul on Amazon's rules. So I just thought, well, I'll tick that box, and then I'll just put a link in there, and if you want to click through, or just search for me on Amazon. I should have been doing it this tonight, adding more stuff I had that I can think of off the top of my head. Then it's better for your guys, because instead of contacting me and going, what was that thing that you were on about, what do they call that product, I can just point you to that shop and you can have a look and you can see it. And if you click through, you might see something else that you'd have, because these alternatives to Safeguards product, like I said, I don't work for them at all. It's just that I've used their stuff since 2000 and I'm used to it. And they invented dry zone, so they brought damp proofing kicking and screaming into millennium, and then changed face of damp proofing, because before that it was high pressure injection, which was shit. Just any cracks in bricks, straight through to the neighbours, and it stunk to high heaven. And it were always done with labourers, never done right. They were injecting bricks that a lot of them were dense. It never got through to joints with actual water tracked up if it were rising damp. And then they'd put sand and cement on, and it'd cold bridge, and then it'd look as if it's come back, but it won't be condensation forming on render then. So a lot of problems with it. But their products have just been innovative. I got that right, innovative. So these other, like I said, there's other companies on market. I've just started doing this isotherm by Wickamall, and it's if I see a product and I think I could use that, that'd be good. I'll try it, and then I'll promote it. You know what I mean? I normally promote it. I'll do videos on it. There's other companies. So I'm just trying to think. There's a company called, I think, Heidi. I'm just trying to think whether Pam Ties do their own. There's a company called Pam Ties. There's Sovereign. I've used Sovereign when I started. When I came away from using sand and cement, I started using it's gone. What do they call it now? It's basically Limelight, and they bagged it up as their own. So them that make Limelight, Tilcon, or it used to be Tilcon, they Renderlight. That's it. So they bagged it up for Sovereign and called it Renderlight. So we used that. We used to get it at a good price, really good price. I think I started getting it at a tenner a bag. So I used to buy 2 pallets at a time and store it. So we were going through a lot of that, and it was a good system. But then they changed everything. So for some reason, you could just mix it up, prep wall, put it on, drill and inject and that, and it was sound. Then all of a sudden, you've got to put SBR into a bucket, mix that up with a slurry, with cement, paste that onto the wall, put a SBR mix into your water that you use to mix your render light up, And then some other messing around, and I just think, well, why is it no good? I know SBR has got waterproofing properties, um, but it's as if it's either been well, I can remember years and years ago when Limelight failed on a massive council estate, a massive failure, and somebody told me that they changed. I was talking to somebody a couple of months ago, and they told me that there were a certain point they changed mix for they made it a cheaper product, and they changed some ingredients it mix, and it was a worse product. So whether it's true, I don't know. Allegedly, I should say. So I don't want to be getting into trouble. But all of a sudden now you've got to put SBR in, and you've got to put this, and you've got to put that in. So then I saw Express Damp Proofing System. Rob Deary came and showed me everything about it. I had a talk with him. He what rep for Safeguard, and once I got it's a story. So he sent me a fucking. So if Rob's watching this, he'll know what I'm on about. So he sent me an applicator, and they come in these sausages. You get like a box of 10, I think, or 12. A bit similar to a Safeguard sausage. So a dry zone sausage. So dry zone, you've got like it's similar applicator, and then screw on lid is plastic. So screw on lid is plastic, and then you've got like a metal nozzle. So dry zone comes out. So I said, send me. He showed me stuff, and then he sent me thing through. He'd never showed me how to squeeze it out it thing. He just come and showed me already set. And I thought, right, can't be that easy. Like put sausage into applicator and that's it. So he sent me it, and I got a job. It all come, and I put sausage into applicator, and it was a black plastic thing on. Basically, they just unscrewed metal bit off a dry zone applicator. And I thought, oh, anyway, so screws it, stabbed the whole thing, opened it all up, and could IL get this thing to work? I was squeezing and and it just won't shove through. He'd sent me it wrong top, any. He'd not explained to me about top, and he'd not told me that you had to put these plastic nozzles in. So I'm trying to get it through through dry zone applicator. I went balmy because he'd not told me. But anyway, since that day, it's been brilliant for me. What a system! Easiest system in the world. So yeah. So any companies that's got new products, I'm willing to try. And if they want to send it to a proper tradesperson, surveyor, knowledgeable, someone who's knowledgeable in the industry to try, rather than fucking influencers who's never used them before. There's a video. I told you there's a video coming out soon, a reaction video. Safeguard gave this guy £600 or £700 worth of stuff, and I watched him. It came up on my feed yesterday, another video that he did, same guy, and he he's damp proofing his floor. So he must not have much money. He must be poor as a church mouse. But he says he ain't got no money, but he's damp proofing his garage. And what he's done is he bought some what do they call them now? Not SBR board, SO thingy board. Them that composite. So he'd bought him off somebody had an old site, and he'd cut him into eighths, 8x4 boards. He'd cut him in eighths, no tongue and grooving. And to be fair, he put biscuits in them so that they'd sit in and hold together. But what he does is just get some ordinary visqueen, and he just opens it up, puts it flat on his garage floor, and then just sits this SOB board straight on top, all the way through his garage, and then he puts Visqueen up his wall because he says at some point he's going to do the same up walls, and I just think, fucking hell, mate, he's just going to sweat underneath. So because it's just Visqueen flat on floor, and then he's got his wood on top. Yeah, it'll stop any water coming up because it's a damp proof membrane. But that gap between, well, small gap where it's sat on top of plastic, moisture will form on top of there, and you'll get mold and you get all sorts under there. Creates a tropical environment, and then it'll be the same underneath plastic, so that'll be wet as well. So you've got like two things going off, and then when he does the same with walls, that's gonna happen. Well, I mean, I want to see his video when he does walls. Don't know how he's gonna fix these boards to wall, but I think he just guesses, but it gives him more content for me. So I might do a video on that. I don't know, but watch out for other one because he's talk about misdiagnosis. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. So watch what he does with free stuff that he got off Safeguard. So yeah, so that's what we've been up to today, and tomorrow I'm going to skim it. So it's all prepped, wall in this accountant's office, all prepped, and I've just got to get some beads, cut them down, stick them on, and then skim it, and then that's it. That's kind of more or less me done. I'm writing a report up for a pre-purchase sale. I'm about halfway through it. I'll probably finish that. I'll do a bit tonight when Sonny comes out at boxing. While I have my tea, have an hour. Finish it off tomorrow. And then that's kind of me up to Friday. I think I'll probably do some quotes on Wednesday. I want apprentices off. I'll do some pottering about, bit of stuff on ebook, I think. I'm not sure about Thursday. I'm forgetting about Thursday. And then Friday, I'm off to Maga. So I'm going to get bollocksed. I'm going on stag do to Magaluf. So I'll be Larry, Sweary, and Brit abroad. No, it'd be a quiet do. It'd be a quiet do. There's only 48 going. And it's Barnsley match and all. So that'll be on telly. So it should be a good weekend. So I'll probably do some updates and all from Maga on Strip or whatever. Probably do some lives or whatever. Because it's not all damp proofing, you know. It's not all damp proofing. Sometimes we get out and socialise. So yeah. So you might see some videos of me pissed. But when I come back, I'll be in a world of pain. I'll be absolutely shattered for a week. So that's, yeah. But I might do some videos in between anyway. So I'm gonna jump off, stride off. I hate that. I've jumped on. My saying's strided on. So I've strided on, and I'm gonna stride off in like a slidey type of way. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've got some value from it. And yeah, if you want to see some more stuff, become a member and have a watch at videos that are uncut and clips that you've not seen before, and some lives and stuff that other people don't see. So for $2.99, it's price of a coffee in Barnsley and a Percy Turner's pork pie or a Speedies. So that's Sam signing off. Have a brilliant rest of your day, and I'll see you on next one. Bye bye now.